Hello crafters, I'm Jan B and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card using the spotlight technique. The stamp set that I've used is Petal palette, which comes as a 2-box set, one that's got all the sentiments in, as well as this, what I call a statement stamp. And this one is all the images, and this is one I'm going to use. I have made another one, that's that one, and I used that one, but I decided I preferred this one as it's spaced out more on a larger stamp, because I think the flowers here look as if they follow on. That piece there looks as if it has been cut out from that circle there, whereas these flowers, they look quite random. They don't look as if it's following on from the ones that are underneath, which is the whole point of Spotlight. It's one complete sheet that has been stamped over, and then a circle die cut out of it, the circle coloured, inserted back in place, but on a scallop circle or something that creates a bridge between these two. Okay, so the differences that I'm going to change, the changes I'm going to make. I'm going to do the edging like this. I like the wider gap. I'm going to use Calypso coral for the roses and for the ribbon. So then you'll have 3 options to look at and decide which way you prefer it. I'm not going to worry about having too many flowers for the bird to stand on. If I get them closer than that, that's going to be fine. I'm not going to worry about that, because I don't think he's lost on there. I think he's quite clear to see. So to start off with, I'm going to show you the card pieces that you'll need. The card base is Whisper White and measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, scored and folded at 4 1/8, which in centimetres is 21 by 14.5 centimetres, scored and folded at 10.5 centimetres. And then the next 2 pieces, you're going to need 2 of each. So first of all, the Emerald Envy, and that measures 4 inches by 5 5/8 inches, which is 10.25 by 14.25 centimetres. And then you need 2 pieces of Whisper White, which measure 3 5/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches, which is 9.2 by 13.3 centimetres. And then you need, for the circle behind the coloured part of the design, that should be approximately 3 inches by 3 inches, which is 7.5 by 7.5. And then you need 2 pieces for the bird. There's one there and there's one on the inside, and they should be 2 inches by 2 inches, which is 5 centimetres by 5 centimetres. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do the stamping, which is those, and then those need die cutting, and that needs die cutting. So I'm going to start with this one first. And I'm using this large flower, and I've forgotten to bring over my basic black archival ink, so I'm going to be using Stazon. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm going to face my flowers to the centre, because like this one where I've got 3, that's what I'm aiming for again. I don't know if it's easy to do or whether I was just lucky there. So there's one. So if we do one like this, as Actually, I think I might just have made that difficult for myself to get the third one in. So I've got to get something in there. So looking at the stamp, it might be easier to get that bit in. And as long as I get that, that's a flower. Right, okay. I think I'm alright. I just don't want my flowers to collide. So let me... Right, I was really pushing my head off down to the side so I could sort of see underneath the stamp to see where it was landing, which was okay on the left hand side, but I wasn't so clear on the right hand. Oh wow, look at that. Whew. So I'm just going to put some around the edges now. So if we do one about here, yes, that's all right, and then I'll do one at an angle down here, and that's going to be it. I'm not going to do any more. So let's do that one like that. I think possibly I could have gone in a bit closer, but that's all right. I'm not going to worry about that. I might just bring that in a little bit, or shall I leave well alone? No. No, that's not me. Right, I'm going to tilt my head sideways now. Right, let's see what we've got here. It'll probably only be a little bit, but yes, that's better, much better. So let's move that over there. Put this away. No, we won't. We want two birds now, don't we? So that one's okay. And my two birds. These ones are quite easy to fussy cut. Oh, I keep getting cramp in my finger. This piece of paper, the 2x2, it means that it's slightly bigger than your actual stamp. So you know it's going to fit on. As long as you get this in the centre, and of course that's very easy to see. I think I'll colour these first, and I'm going to use my Crumb Cake marker pen. Right, let me get this out of the way. I think it's very distracting to have all that. I do like to come over the black and white bit here, just to give it a little bit of colour there. I do sometimes leave this bit because it's very easy to go off the edge. Oh, there we go, there's that one. So let's do the second one. Just a little black and white bits. There we go. That's all right. So now I'm going to bring my big shot up. Move my two cards out of the way there. Right, so what I need to do with this, I'll do one bird because I need to put this through twice. So with the circle I'm using our stitched shaped framelits, and on the circle I'm using number 3, and on the green circle I'm using the layering circles, to come back over, number 6, which must be that one there. Let me just double check that. Yes, that's all right. So that can go up there with the bird. And the bird is from the Petals and More, which is the die set that goes with the stamp set. Okay, so that's the one I need for this, which is the bird. But these are the other dies you get with this set, and it's beautiful. This one here cuts out the flower that we've just been using. It can cut all of that out. There's a small flower in the box, that will do. That's one of the flowers. And these here are outline stamps. So that will, if you die cut that, in fact let me show you. Okay, so when you die cut them you get these shapes. I mean that's one's flowers. You've also got that which you can do for a sentiment. So it's a lovely, lovely set. Right, let's put the bird on. Let me tilt that up so I can make sure he's okay. Mind you, if I find that I haven't cut it correctly, I've got too much on one side to the other, then I just tend to trim it up myself with a pair of scissors. Now what I do with this one here is I take my die and I place it on here so that I've got equal gap all round here, and then I have a look at the part of the picture that I'm going to see in there. Now I like that, but I am just going to turn it around to see what I would get this end. So that would be the whole thing, which looks nice, but it would only meet up here and it may not show that it's the spotlight technique. So I'm going back to this one where I've got 3 pieces. So the same on here. That's about right. So my cutting mat. Okay, so that's the piece that we're going to be colouring. That I've finished with. This is what we're going to be layering on. So put that die there. And this is one bird. Not too bad. So let's just pop this one out as well. In fact, that's got the curved side. That's better. When these plates get well used, they do tend to curve, and when you're using your magnetic plate, it's better to have it so that the curve goes down towards the magnet. Right, I haven't got any more to do, have I? There we go, that's good. So we finished with this. Next thing we're going to do is to colour this piece. And I am using Calypso Coral and Emerald Envy. I'll bring this one back. Go over here. So let's do the leaves first. If you're not sure about the actual picture, which are real leaves, can we see it on this one? Right, okay. When I'm using marker pens, I colour the image and then I just go round the outside again. Except when I get very small pieces like that. Okay, so let's colour all the image. And then I'm just going back around the edges. It makes it a little bit darker, which just gives a hint of shading without having to agonise for it for ages. Right, I think that's all I have for leaves. What would I do with my stamp? Let's just have a look at this. Do flowers with that bit round there. So that's that leaf there, which is that, the other side of that bit. Oh, that's a bit of leaf as well. Yep, and that. See, it's easy if you just go back and check here. Now this one here is I can't see, so I'm going to take that all as flower. What about that one? Oh, that's that, isn't it? With the three, yeah, it is. Okay. If I've missed anything or done anything wrong, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Right, now I'm going to use Calypso Coral. I tried filling these 2 days ago now. But that one obviously didn't take too much, didn't go too well. Good job I brought the new one over. So is that all flower there? No, it isn't, there's a gap. Little one here. I'm going to treat that as if it's a leaf. Excuse me. Just so that I've got a little bit of greenery down there. Right, now just this one. Okay, now again, I'm just going to go round the outside edges of the petals. I'm not doing anything too fancy, but that will just give it a little bit of the appearance of shading. I mean, it isn't really, obviously. There we go. Oh, didn't do this one, did I? There you go. Oh, got a white bit there. Right, I'm happy with that. Now, if you have a pencil, if you take this piece here, you've got to find out where this is going to line up. And at a guess, I would say, is it around there? Yes, that's right. I see a leaf there, look. I'm going to take that out because I don't want to get green onto the bit that should be white. There we go. Right, back to the drawing board again. Line that up, and with your pencil there we go, that's it. What I do is I draw a pencil line up there and a pencil line there, so I know that it's going to be lining up there. It gets more difficult when you've got that on that because it doesn't just flow through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start adhering the card together, and recently I have started using tear and tape. So let's do this bit first. I always used to use double-sided tape because it was before I started, before I joined Stampin' Up. But I gave up using it when I started videos because it's quite time-consuming putting all of this on. So I've decided that the videos that I do where it is just these pieces, I'm going to be using tear and tape again, because I find my way of doing it is so easy to get everything straight. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to put this on the front. Just fold down an inch. You've probably heard me say this before, but when I was first taught how to do this, I was told to lift all 4 corners, but I just couldn't work with that one. In fact, it is more difficult when I turn that upside down, turn that upside down. Right, it's more difficult when I'm doing a video because I can't lean my head right forward. I'm a little bit paranoid about it now because on one of my cards I actually did it back to front. There we go. I'm going to do 2 pieces inside, which I've already taped up. As long as the tape is already on here, I don't really think it takes much longer than using Tombow. I haven't deserted Tombow totally, as you will see. Right, there we go. Now just pop this one inside the card. Obviously you can fast forward through this bit. Let's do it the other way around. There we go. Ooh, panic there. Thought I'd done that the wrong way. Right, so what we're going to do now is, first of all, we're going to put this one on there, and this is where I will use Tombow. My tweezers. Okay, now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. And on this card I use some large and some small. On this one it's the large ones. That's more or less north, south, east and west. Right, now we know that that's where it's going to go. What I tend to do now is erase that, because with mine it still leaves a mark there. So I can still see that one there, but I won't worry about trying to get more of it out of the way. Gone. Erased even. Right, so now I am lining that up, and at the same time I'm watching to make sure these line up down there. So let's do this. Obviously I have to tilt this up to be in with a chance of getting it right. leaf there. And that's that flower. And that's that one there. So let me get rid of that pencil mark. That's good, that's gone. So I'm now going to put one of my birds on here, and I'm going to put him up on dimensionals. This one I'm using 3 small ones, and then I'm going to cut a slim narrow piece from the edge to put on his tail. Okay, so that just goes in there. Oh, didn't space those very well, did I? Let's move you over a bit. That's better. Right, let's take these off. Right, let's hold this up again. Yes, happy with that. And then the next one I'm going to put glue on and pop him inside. And then I'm just going to bling it up with a few basic rhinestones. There we go, that's that one. Okay, so that's that, and it is quite amazing what a difference it makes by putting a few rhinestones on. Oops, I don't like rattling. I should have taken those out of the bag first. Right, which size are we using? I'll put those away later. Right, I'm going to take this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to... Oh no, I know what I've forgotten. Oh, you silly Billy. I've forgotten the happy birthday, and of course I've put my... oh, right. Right, I know what I'm going to do. I should have done this before I adhered those two down, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do, if I can reach it, I'm going to get some Whisper White cardstock. Now, how much do I need? Well, my plan is to put that over there. Let's see if I've got something a little less wide. Let's move that off. A little bit. This is my box where I put all my scraps in. No, I think I'll just use this. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is first of all, let me show you this bit. I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday onto my ribbon. It's not a technique that I use often, but it is a good technique. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure this, can you see my measurements here? Just about. That dark line is halfway, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 inches there, 1, 2, 3 and a half. So that's about halfway. So if I get the Happy Birthday halfway across there, this is going to be good. One, 2, 3 and a bit. Right. Are you still in camera? Yep. Right, again, this is why Stazon is on the desk, because it stays on that I've only ever seen recommended to be used for ribbon. I don't see why our basic black archival ink won't work. It's just that I haven't had a chance to check it out today. So all you do, ink stamp up and press it onto your ribbon. And I didn't really leave that long enough. Let's try that again. I've got some more here. I think possibly because I was talking too much, and by the time I'd actually put it down it was probably quite dry. Let's see if I can just get on and do this. There we go, much better. So, where's my card? What I want is some of my cardstock so that I can wrap that around, and then I am going to pop it up on dimensionals on there. So, how much do I need? Let's start that off with maximum, and then I can cut it down. Where's my other scissors gone? Don't know. So what would that look like? Too long? I think so. Let's cut this down a bit. I'll tell you how long this is. Oh, 3 inches, that's a good measurement. And we know what 3 is, don't we? It's 7.5 centimetres. There we go. That's what I'm going to do. So if you make the same boo-boo as me, this is how you get yourself out of it. I'll pop that over there. I think what I'm going to use is Fast Fuse. Yep. And I'm going to do it from where the stamping is. Might even get it on my finger now. And I can just about see where the stamping is through here. There we go. So let's put this on here. I said 3 inches, so that's 1.5 either side. And just make sure that's central. Then tuck those around, tuck that around, and then we will just use some dimensionals. There we go, that's alright with the result. Whew. Right, so what size do we need? Big ones, I think. I think I'll put 4 on here. There we go. So again, I'm going to use my tweezers to help me get this positioned. Okay. This ribbon, by the way, it's one of a pack of 3 that you can choose as one of the gifts in celebration. Okay, that's Bermuda Bay, a narrow one, and that's basic grey. It's all shimmery, really beautiful. Right, so I've done that. Let's go back to my rhinestones, and can I get one each on the end there? That may not be big enough. Oh, it's going to show that it's uneven. But never mind. I've had to fix this. Oh, I don't know, it's not too bad. Yep, that's fine. But I do also want to do some of the smaller ones around the bird. And if you wanted to do a few more, you could. Should we just do another 3? I think so. There we go, lovely. So that is today's project. I hope you like it, and I hope you give it a try. 3 options, well, 4, that's a new option for you. But there you go, the wider edging or the narrower edging, or which flower do you prefer? Your choice. I definitely prefer the wider, and I'm quite happy with this as well, though I would recommend that you actually put tape all the way, because there's a gap under there. So the fast views. Many thanks for joining me today. I hope you like this, and I hope you give it a try. If you have any comments or any questions, please leave them in the comments box below the video. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I featured here today, not this particular ribbon, rather the green, because that is a retired one. This one though is a free as a freebie through Celebration. But everything else you can buy via my shop, and there's a link in the box below for that. It's 24-hour, 7 days a week online shop. And I will also put in the box below all the measurements of all the pieces that I've used, and the products and the product codes. If you've enjoyed my video and you'd like to be notified each time I upload a new one, which is normally on Wednesdays and Sundays, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as I say, don't forget, we are still going through Celebration, and if you like this set as much as I do, the cost of it is, as a bundle, if you get the stamp set and the dies at the same time, is £56.50, which means you'd be able to choose a free gift as well, which means you could choose a ribbon if you wanted. So there you go, just an idea for you. And if you would like to join my team of demonstrators, please email me at jambi@jambicards.com. I'd love to have you on board. And finally, I do a daily blog, and I normally upload a new card every day. So please check that out at www.jambicards.com. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.